निषिद्धैरप्येभिः लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिं नो नयनसुभगाम् अस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोः अंजलिः अयम्. So this is the first shlokam of the drama called Venisamharam. It is written by Bhattanarayana. So this is one of the earlier dramas, and he's also an earlier author. Like his age is placed between 650 AD to around 750 AD, somewhere late 7th century to early 8th century, because his work has been quoted by Anandavardhana and Mammata. So Anandavardhana is one of the earlier Alankarikas. So many shlokas are taken from this natakam as an example to show about rasam, even rasa bhasa, sometimes where the rasa doesn't fit also. So there are counter examples. There are counter examples from this natakam has been taken for both positive and negative aspects by Alankarikas. Along with maybe Kalidasa is earlier than him because he's 5th century somewhere there, and then that's why this is along with after this you have Mudra Rakshasa, which is a more authentic work of dramatics. So the author, there is nothing much known as such. One particular point that we know about the author is he was present during the time period of, I think, one Bengal king. I think his name is Adisura, someone who is supposed to have been the patron for Bhattanarayana. And history says that this dynasty existed from 650 AD to somewhere 1200s or 1100s. So he must have been after that 650, so before 750, to tell us that it is that's the age, because Anandavardhana has quoted from Venisamharam. Okay, so other than that, there is nothing mentioned about his date. So we'll go over the Mangala Shlokam. The Mangala Shlokam is not there for Chittoor exam. For Chittoor exam, the portions are only the third act. This is quite a big drama. There are totally 6 acts in this, and we are going to read only the third act. And in that third act, there are no female characters. So it's like a contrast between Malavika Agnimitram, contrast to Malavika Agnimitram, because Malavika Agnimitram has some 3 heroines there. Whereas here you won't find any female character. So they have put these two together as part of the syllabus for Chittoor 4th level, 3rd paper, drama paper. We'll go over the first shloka and then go directly to the third act. Nishiddhairapi ebihi lulita makarandaha madhukaraihi karaihi indoho. There are many mistakes in this, so we need to go over that and make the corrections. Karair indoho antaschurita iva sambhinna mukulaha vidhattam siddhim no nayana subhagam asya sadasaha prakirnav pushpanam haricharanayoho anjalihi ayam. The Sutradhara does not enter. So this is the Nandi Shlokam. Nandi Shloka is the first Shlokam of a drama. We have seen that in Mrita Sanjeevanam also. Sometimes the Sutradhara will enter and then he will read the Nandi Shloka, which is an offering to the gods. That is Nandayati Devan iti Nandi. So the first Shloka is said to propitiate or please the Devas. So here in this particular drama, we have some 4 Mangala Shlokas, and then the Sutradhara enters. There is a dialogue between him and his wife, something like that goes on. But we will have only the first Shloka. Just as a curiosity, we will go with the Mangala Shlokam, that's all. Otherwise, we will go directly to the third act. Nishiddhai atra hari charanayoho pushpanam ayam anjalihi sadasaha siddhim vidattam. The main sentence here is hari charanayoho ayam pushpanam prakirnaha pushpanam anjalihi Sadasaha siddhim vidattam. Naha sadasaha siddhim vidattam. Main sentence. So let this Anjali, Pushpanjali, which is given to the feet of Hari. So there can be actors. So we see that there should be a song going on, and there would be dancers who come and do the dance for these 4 shlokas, and then they will put flowers to the feet of Hari, Vishnu. And there should be something like that going on. So the closest that we have today in the drama tradition is the Bhagavata Mela. If you have by any chance seen one, then you will know how olden days drama would have been, because nobody stages a Sanskrit drama as it is today, right? So first you will have there will always be live music will be going on. There will be some characters who come, or many characters would come and do these 4 shlokas. Sometimes it will be behind the screen also. They may not be on the stage would be empty. There will be a small puja kind of thing behind the stage in the green room, where all of the characters would assemble and say these shlokas and put flowers, do the small puja for the deva, and then they would come into the ranga. Okay, this is probably that kind of a shloka here. So Haricharanayoho ayam anjalihi prakirnaha. This anjali, pushpanam anjalihi, this anjali of flowers. Anjali is usually the samputam, hands that you the kuppina kaiyingrolya. So as you are with folded hands, the flowers that are offered at the feet of Hari, Vishnu, prakirnaha, which is spread at the feet of Vishnu, may it give us the audience, or may it give us and the audience sadasaha siddhim vidattam, or naha siddhim vidattam. Let it give us a success, and that pushpanjali which is sadasaha nayana subhagam siddhim vidattam. So the siddhi is qualified as nayana subhagam siddhim. What is the success that the artists would want for before staging a drama? They want a kind of a success in the form of giving pleasure to the viewers. So sadasaha nayana subhagam siddhim naha vidhattam. So may it provide us such a success that is good, that is subhaga, that is fortunate to that is pleasing to the eyes of the sadas, the people who are assembled in this assembly. The rest are all adjectives to prakirnaha, anjalihi. Okay. So karaihi nishiddhaihi api ebihi madhukaraihi lulita makarandaha. That is the first adjective for Pushpanam Anjalihi. So the first adjective, what does it mean? Lulita makarandaha. That which is dripping with the makaranda, with the honey. Okay. So that which has a honey, or that which has honey that is lulita. That which is the honey that which has been brought out by the bees. So lulitam can be in the ashikyapattadin. So the honey has been made to fall out because of the madhukara, the bees, which have been stopped by the kara. So someone is having flowers in their hands. There are bees that are coming there, and there are others who are also warding off the bee. The bees, the flowers are full of scent and honey, so bees are coming swarming around those flowers, and somebody is warding it off with their hands. Karaihi nishiddhaihi api. Even though the bees have been prohibited or warded off with hands, still these madhukaraihi, these bees have tried to bring out the honey. So lulita makarandaha. That which has its honey, which is being lulita, stirred up by the bees, even though they have been warded off by hands. Okay, that is the first adjective. The next is sambhinna mukulaha. the mukulam, the flowers are such that its bud state is slowly being opened up by the as if it has been cut by the rays of the moon. Indoho antaschurita iva. Okay. He takes, I think he takes karaihi here. 1 minute. Let me check the. I think Indoho karaihi. That makes more sense. So Indoho karaihi, by the hands of Chandra, the flowers have been cut open from its bud state. Appa inge nahu nishiddhairapi, you don't need the kara there. It's the kara, there is a double meaning for kara. It also means rays, it also means hands. So it does fit with the first sentence. So in the second sentence, you can take it as kara rashmayaha. So rashmibihi, indoho rashmibihi kantibihi, antaschuritaha iva. Churita is cut inside. And so you buy the flowers when they are in their bud state. You never buy flowers when they are fully bloomed, because they are going to fade very soon. They probably buy the flowers earlier in a bud state, and then during the puja, if it is completely still closed, you open it up and then offer it as and then you give it as an offering. You usually open it out. You don't place it as a bud. So antaschurita, it is being cut in the middle, or it is being opened up in the middle. Sambhinna mukulaha. So the buds which are the pushpanam anjalihi, the group of flowers whose buds have been opened up, as if it has been touched or churita, cut by the rays of the moon. You can take it as the evening flowers, or the time of this puja or the show of the drama is in the evening, not a morning show. Since it is the evening show, they have brought the flowers which usually bloom during night, and those flowers would bloom when they are touched by the rays of the moon. Here they have still not bloomed, because it is fully not night when the flowers would bloom. Okay, so many times we bring flowers in the bud state for puja. So antaschurita iva, that is why indoho karaihi antaschurita iva, as if it has been naturally touched by the moon's rays and it is opened up its bud state. So sambhinna mukulaha. Tadrishaha pushpanam anjalihi haricharanayoho prakirnaha. The third adjective there is haricharanayoho prakirnaha, that which has been spread at the feet of Vishnu. May this bring a siddhi, a success, which in the form of which would be delightful to the eyes of the sadas, assembly. Okay, siddhim vidhattam. Is that clear? Nishiddhairapyebihi lulita makarando madhukaraihi karairindorantaschurita iva sambhinna mukulaha vidhattam siddhim no nayana subhagam asya sadasaha prakirnaf pushpanam haricharanayoho anjalihi ayam. Now, let's go to the third act. So the context of the third act is so it starts off in the first act itself. It talks about how Krishna comes into the assembly of the Kauravas, and he is asking for the 5 gramam, Panchagrama. We read it in the Mahabharata Katha in first Parichaya. So he asks for at least 5 villages, and Duryodhana refuses. So it is that scene that goes on in the first act. The second act, there is a love scene between Duryodhana and Bhanumati right before the war, and that the war has been decided. You are not supposed to show the war at all. So, and then Duryodhana goes to war, right? I think at the end of the second act is where he says, let's go in, and we know that there are some suchakas that come about saying that Arjuna is going to win, that the pataka, the flag of Kauravas is gone down and all that. So such indications are there in the second act, that's all. They will usually skip the entire battle because you can't have two people fighting on stage. That is not supposed to be shown on the stage. There are certain rules for what can be shown, like literal marriage cannot be shown, the birth of children cannot be shown. Such like fighting is not shown. They can talk whatever they want, but the moment they have to pull the arrows, they have to go behind the stage. They cannot come onto the stage and fight directly on stage. Okay. I guess that's why movies became more popular than dramas, because people wanted to see the gore. I guess, I don't know. Anyway, so this third act is about, it starts with the Drona's killing. And what is the dialogue between Karna, Ashwatthama and all. So because Drona is gone, now Karna has to become the Senapati. So that scene is going on. We have a Praveshaka in the beginning of this Tritiya Anka. As I told you, the battle would not be shown. So how do we know what is happening in the battle? So there are two characters who come in and talk about what has all happened. Okay, an interesting episode here. So it is called a Praveshaka, and Praveshaka is that where Nichena Praveshako Anudatta Uktya Nichapatra Prayojitaha. That is the definition of Praveshaka. I think we will have that later also at the end of this section. Let me check. There should be a definition for this. Praveshaka. This is where it ends, right? So, this is the definition of Praveshaka. Nichena Nichabhyam va Patrabhyam Nichoktya Prayojitaha Bhutasya Bhavishyataha Kathamshasya Nidarshakaha Ankadvaya Madhyavarti Praveshakaha Uchyate. So, Praveshaka is that which is present in between two acts. A Nicha Patram, either one Nicha Patra or there are two Nicha Patras who are there. Nicha Patras are those who speak in Prakritam. That's all. They don't use Sanskritam. So in a Praveshaka, you have only characters speaking in Prakritam. What is the purpose of this Praveshaka? Bhutasya Bhavishyataha Katamshasya Nidarshakaha. It is an indication of what has already happened and what is going to happen. That Kathamsha, which cannot be portrayed, certain aspects which cannot be portrayed directly, which cannot be acted out by the actors, are indicated through conversation between two people. So in Sahitya Darpanam, you have the definition, Praveshako Anudattoktiya Nichapatra Prayojitaha. Anudatta refers to Prakritam. Using Prakritam, and two characters who are not the main characters, Ankadvaya Ankadvayantar Vigneyaha, Antar Vigneyaha. It is in between two acts, that is when one act finishes and the other act has to start. At that point you have this Praveshaka, Vigneyaha, Shesham, Vishkambake Yata. So the rest are all like a Vishkambaka. That is what Vishkambaka is actually either Mishram or Sanskritam. That is Vishkambaka is very similar to Praveshaka, where Vritta Vartishyamananam, the Kathamshanam Tatra Nidarshakaha Bhavati. So Suchanam Bhavati. Again, what has happened and what will happen, these are also mentioned in Vishkambaka. The only difference is in the language of the section. In a Praveshaka, the language is only Prakritam, whereas in Vishkambaka, it can be a Shuddha Vishkambaka or a Mishra Vishkambaka. Shuddha Vishkambaka is where two characters speak only Sanskritam, and Mishra Vishkambaka is that where one speaks in Sanskritam and the other speaks in Prakritam. That is a Mishra Vishkambaka. Okay? Whereas Praveshaka is only Prakritam. Now we'll go to the we'll start the idu so tatav pravishati vikritavesha rakshasi. So the vikritavesha, one who is wearing a different kind of vesham. Every character, depending on the rasam they have to portray at that particular act, their vesham also changes. They have to do a costume change based on that. Like for example, in Shakuntalam, the first part is where Shakuntala has a love affair with the king. So her vesham should be bright, ujjvala veshaha. The king also should wear bright clothes. Shakuntala would also wear bright clothes. Then when they are separated and there is viraha being portrayed, then the king also would wear darker clothes, black clothes, or grayish clothes. The girl also is supposed to change. The actor also is supposed to change into grey color clothes. Next, if you look at Vidushaka, he wears also clothes, and he would wear a dhoti, yes, because he is supposed to be a brahmana. Yet he will also wear things which evoke laughter in the audience. So that is the and idla varum illaya dance la the first shloka that all dancers say is angikam bhuvanam yasya vachikam sarva vangmayam aharyam chandra taradi tam numas satvikam shivam. Anybody who has gone to dance class even for the first 2 classes, you will know this shloka. Angikam, there are 3 types of abhinaya: angika abhinaya, vachika abhinaya, and aharya abhinaya. So angika abhinayam is the gestures that you make with your hands. For Shiva is the ultimate dancer, right? He is the supreme dancer. So angikam bhuvanam, his body gestures are the bhuvanam, it seems. The movement of the world, of the universe, is the bodily gesture. Angika abhinayam. Vachikam sarva vangmayam. The vachika abhinayam, you also have to deliver speech with intonation, the way you can convey so many things with just a dialogue. So dialogue delivery is a special art by itself, right? So vachikam yasya vangmayam, the entire world of words or shabdam is Shiva's vachika abhinaya. Aharyam is your vesha, the alankarana vastu that you wear, which creates another kind of it reveals the character of the person. The alankarana vastu also gives that impression, right? So here for Shiva, aharyam chandrataradi, that is his abharanam. Tam numas satvikam shivam. So sattvika abhinaya is the involuntary abhinayas that come out. So sattvika abhinaya is the 4th type of abhinaya. Satvikam is sometimes it's called method acting, right? You get into the character so much that you live that character and automatically things happen to you like how it would have happened to the original person, original character. So that is the Sattvika abhinayas. So here a Rakshasi, a demoness who enters with a Vikrita Vesha. It's a very, let's say, hideous alankaranam that she is wearing. Some kind of to show that she is fearsome here, so horrible looking. So the moment you look at her, there is a garaha that comes out, a disgust. So you want to invoke that bibhatsarasam in people at this point, then so that you can take them to the karuna rasam also. So the Bibhatsa Rasa is revealed by the scenes of the scenes of the battlefield, which are being described by the Rakshasi and her husband Rakshasa. So these are 2 characters who are going to come in now. The first character is Rakshasi. Her name is Vasagandha. Vasana idun nanikren, majja, vasa, fat, something like that. So she has the smell of that. Even the names are a little, it evokes that bibhatsam in us. Rakshasi. Vikritam vihasya saparitosham. Vikritam vihasya. Even her laughter. So if you look at Natya Shastram, Bharata gives 6 types of hasyam. Hasitam, atihasitam, upahasitam, something like that. He gives 6 types of that. So each type of hasa is taken by a different kind of a character. If it is a hero and a heroine, they don't laugh out loud. They only smile. Smitam kritva iti. So these are stage directions for what the character has to do. So vikritam vihasya. Here they have to laugh in such a manner. ஒரு இது மாதிரி ஒரு மான்ஸ்டர் வந்து பண்ணணும்னா எப்படி சிரிப்பாளோ அந்த மாதிரி ஹஹா அப்படின்னு சிரிக்கணும் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி யூ ஹாவ் டு லாஃப் லைக் தட் அண்ட் கெட் இன் டு த ஸ்டேஜ். ஸோ விக்ரிதம் விஹஸ்ய ச பரிதோஷம் வித் ஹாப்பினஸ் ஆல்சோ, பிகாஸ் ஷீ ஹேஸ் அ லாட் ஆஃப் லூட் ரைட் நவ். வில் நோ வாட் லூட் தட் இஸ். நவ் த ஒன்ஸ் இன் த பிராக்கெட் gives the direction for the character. Idu we have seen in Mrita Sanjeevanam also, just a repetition. These are in Prakritam. So in the text that I have shared, if you look down immediately below the Prakritam, there is this Sanskrita chaya. We call it a chaya, that is it is just a representation of the Prakritam in Sanskrita. Hatamanusha mamsa shonitaihi कुंभसहस्रं वसाभिः संचितं अनिशं च पिबामि शोणितं वर्षशतं समरो भवतु. She is very happy because now her stock pile is filled here, full. Hata manusha mamsa shonitaihi vasabihi kumbhasahasram sanchitam. Now she has collected sanchitam, kumbhasahasram, thousands of pots, which is filled with the hata manusha mamsa shonitaihi, by the blood of the people who have been killed. Hata manusha mamsa, hata manushanam mamsaihi shonitaihi cha kumbha sahasram sanchitam. So there are 3 things that she has collected, 3 categories of pots. The first is hatamanusha mamsa. One pot is filled with the flesh of people who were killed. The other is hatamanusha shonitaihi, blood of those people who have been killed, shonitam. The next is vasabihi. Vasa is the I think vasangardu
marrow of the marrow of the flesh.
Okay, marrow, that is there, yes. So hatamanusha vasabihi sanchitam, kumbha sahasra sanchitam, sahasram sanchitam. Thousands of pots have been filled now, right now. Anisham cha pibami, now every day I can happily drink that blood. Pibami shonitam varsha shatam samara. So there are 3 sentences. The first is a separate sentence. Anisham cha shonitam pibami. Second sentence, I will drink this daily. So I will drink this shonitam, the blood, every day. Varsha shatam samaraha bhavatu. She is praying that let this battle stay for 100 years. You always bless people, yeah? If someone has done good to you, then you bless and say, okay, you will live long for 100 years. So this Rakshasi also says, let this battle live long for 100 years, because it is providing food for her. So hatamanusha mamsa shonitaihi kumbha sahasram vasabhis sanchitam anishancha pibami shonitam varsha shatam samaro bhavatu. Chalo, you have a doubt? Okay. Yadi sindhuraja vadha divasa. Sorry. We have to go back and forth because there is the stage directions in Sanskritam here. We have to read that and then you see another stage direction. So we have to figure out which one finishes where. So the first direction is Nrityanti Saparitosham. Now that she said, let it be for 100 years, right? So she is dancing around on the stage with the happiness, Saparitosham. Yadi Sindhuraja Vadha Divasa Iva Divase Samarakarma Pratipadyate Arjunaha Tataha Paryapta Bharita Koshtagaram Mamsa Shonitaihi Me Griham Bhavishyati. Diyahe, correct. So there are two divase. There should be another divasa here. This is a repetition here. Okay. So divase, prati divasam ityarthaha tatra. So yadi sinduraja vadha divasaha iva. If Jayadratha is done, so we know what has happened right now. Bhuta vrittam to atra uktam. Kimuktam Sindhuraja. Sindhuraja is Jayadratha, and Jayadratha's killing is over. So, which means Abhimanyu is dead, and because of Abhimanyu's death, Arjuna took a vow to kill Sindhuraja. So, he vowed to kill Sindhuraja, and Arjuna killed him also. So she says, during that killing, there were so many people protecting Jayadratha, and hence it was difficult to approach Jayadratha at that point, and so he had to go through a lot more of people there. See, Jayadratha is the one who, he did not kill Abhimanyu, but I think he is the one who closed the Chakravyuha, and that is why Arjuna, not letting Yudhishthira and others get into the Chakravyuham, so he had to kill Jayadratha at that point. So that is the background here for Sindhuraja being killed here. Okay.
Why there are two versions of the same sloka? I mean,
இல்லையே
அந்த நீங்க அந்த முதல்ல
இது பிராகிருதம். So this one is பிராகிருதம். இதுதானே சொல்றேன்?
ஆமா ஆமா.
This is in பிராகிருதம். இதமானுஷன் இருக்கு. So it is in பிராகிருதம். So கீழ பார்த்தோம்னா this is the Sanskrita version.
But we don't need to know the Prakritam one. We only want the Sanskritam one.
எனக்கு தெரியாது பிராகிருதம். I once had a teacher who used to read out the Prakritam and give us an explanation in the Prakritam. We would keep looking at the Sanskrita chaya. I mean, I know a little bit, and certain things I understand. I can't read completely.
Yeah. Those Prakritam itself varies according to the region, right?
Yes, it does. It does. Because so, it is the mother language for all the local languages right now. Like Shauraseni is the language for Marathi, etc.
So here, Yadi Sindhuraja Vada Divasa, these lines are being said by the Rakshasi?
Yes.
Okay, so she speaks in verse and prose?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, Yadi...
Isn't that a bit like Champu then?
Natakam is like Champu, but it is, yeah. So the poet should... Adad Kavyeshu Natakam Brahmyam Tatra Ramya Shakuntala, right? So Kavyam Natakam is also part of a Kavyam. So Champu doesn't have characters coming in, and there is no stageability in a Champu.
No dialogues.
Yeah. No, there is a dialogue here as such. The dialogues are there in a way, but it is not, there are more descriptions in Champu. Here it is not like that.
Got it.
Yeah. Champu cannot be a drama, but drama can be considered as a Champu. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, Nrityanti Saparitosham, so she is happily dancing and saying this dialogue. Yadi Sindhuraja Vadha Divasaha Iva, Divase. Every day, if Arjuna is able to repeat this Samara Karma, this battle, the action that he did during this battle, then Pratipadyate, if that is possible by Arjuna, just as how he killed Jayadratha, on the day that he killed Jayadratha, Sindhuraja Vada Divase Divase, every day, Samara Karma Yadi Arjunaha Pratipadyate, if Arjuna is able to do that, Tataha, then Paryapta Bharita Koshtagaram, Mamsa Shonitaihi me graham, my house will be completely filled enough, Paryaptam, completely, totally filled up with the flesh and blood and everything. So, Mamsa Shonitaihi Paryapta Bharitam Koshtagaram Graham Bhavishyati. So, my house will have its space within. Koshta also means Koshtagaram and the granary madri. And the pantry mbol, yeah.
Cellar.
செல்லர்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். வைன் செல்லர் மாதிரி.
ஆமா, like blood, filled with blood.
Yes, so it's another pantry space here. So wine cellar. Bharitam, it is filled. Paryaptam, paryaptam nale enough, up to whatever we want. Tatha me graham bhavishyati, my house will be in that way. Parikramya dishaha avalokya. Now we have to go to the reading, the stage direction up on the Prakritam side. Parikramya, she again goes around and looks in all directions. She is now searching for someone. Atha kva khalu gataha me rudhirapriyaha bhavishyati bhavatu shabdayishye tavat are rudhirapriya rudhirapriya itayehi. So she is wondering where her husband is. We will know that it is her husband, because Rudirapriyaha Sahatu, he loves blood, so she is calling for him. Kva khalu gataha Rudirapriyaha gataha bhavishyati. Where would he have gone? Where would Rudirapriya have gone? So bhavatu, let it be, let me call him. Enga poirundha enakku enna, it's okay, let him go wherever he wants to. So bhavatu nama shabdayishye tavat, so let me call him. Are Rudirapriya, so she is calling her husband here. Rudirapriya Rudirapriya itayehi, come here. Now Rudirapriya should enter. Yeah. Tatah pravishati tathavidaha rakshasaha. So tathavidaha here, so Rudirapriyaha, as if he is, so Tathavidahana as described before, he should enter as described before. So what does that mean? So he should enter in a manner in which he likes blood, so there should be blood stains everywhere, to show that he must have had blood. That sort of a vesham, makeup should be there for that person. Rakshasaha Shramam Natayan is showing, gesturing a kind of a fatigue here. Shramam Natayan. So he's totally tired here and he is entering and saying the shloka. So again, the shloka is in Prakritam and we go for the Sanskrita chaya here. Okay. Pratyagra hatanam mamsam yadi ushnam rudhiram cha labhyeta tadeshaha mama parishramaha क्षणमात्रमेव लघु नश्येत. क्षणमात्रमेव लघु नश्येत. प्रत्यग्रहतानां मांसम उष्णम रुधिरम च यदि लभ्येत. If it is possible for me to get mamsam, the flesh, and ushnam rudhiram, it's not cold blood. Pratyagram na freshly attacked, so those newly killed blood would be very warm. So if the flesh and warm blood of newly killed person can be obtained, labhyeta, if it is possible to be secured, attained, tad eshaha mama parishramaha, then this fatigue of mine would immediately vanish quickly. So kshanamattrameva, within a moment, laghu nashyet. Laghu here refers to laghu yatha syat tatha nashyet. It will quickly go away. So it is a kriya visheshanam here. Okay. So kshanamattrameva, within a moment, it will vanish easily. Pratyagrahatanam mamsam yadi ushnam rudhirancha labhyate. He is so tired, he wants nourishment right now. That's what it is. So tadesha mama parishramaha kshanamattrameva laghunashyet. So after the shloka, we have the Rakshasi punar vyaharati. She is again calling him. So we'll have to go back to the earlier sentence and call him. Are Rudhirapriya, Rudhirapriya, ita yehi. So that should come from the Rakshasi. See, the stage has 4 portions. So there are 2 sections on the side, which is called Mattavarini. Then there is a Rangam, and then Pinnadi innonu undu. Rangamanchamo edo. So there is a front portion, and then there is a back, one stage kind of thing, or a small rectangular kind of thing. Here there are 2 squares on the side. Those 2 are called Mattavarini. And then behind that is your green room. Now when we had the Rakshasi on stage, she was somewhere on the side calling for him, or she is in the middle of the stage calling for this Rakshasa. So the Rakshasa would come to the Mattavarini or the side portion. So we will have to assume that the Rakshasi has still not seen the Rakshasa. The Rakshasa cannot see the Rakshasi, but the audience can view the two of them. There is no spotlight business then. You did not have spotlight shining on only one person as he talks and on the other person as he talks to show that these two don't know, they are not communicating with each other. We play with lights today. In those days, it was just so that Mattavarini section would have in the kambi madri irko. You know how they build scaffolding or or kutti box type of thing with metal beams.
Like a chicken wire.
சிக்கன் வயர் அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல, எனக்கு அப்படி சொல்ல தெரியல. கிளீனா அந்த ஃப்ரேம் மாதிரி இருக்கும். It will be like a ஹவுஸுக்கு ஒரு, if you are putting a frame, that's how it will be. It won't have jail மாதிரி நிறைய கம்பி இருக்காது. There will be 4 metal rods on 4 sides and then it will be connected by one rod on the top. So just to indicate that it is a separate section, that sort of a section Mattavarini will be on this side also. To and facilitate that spotlight thingy, they used to do this. So this Rakshasa would be on that side.
Mattavarini, I mean, the first word was Matta, as in
mad.
Mad, and the Mattavarini.
Mattavarini. யானையினுடைய 2 temples மாதிரி அதை imagine பண்ணிக்கணும்.
அப்படியா.
Okay, that's how those two stage it will be divided into 2 things.
But female elephant will not have mother.
அதுக்கும் இதுக்கும் சம்பந்தமே கிடையாது. இது வந்து ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு இமேஜினேஷன். நிஜமாவே யானையும் கொண்டு வந்து வச்சோமான்னு கேட்க கூடாது. ஆமா. Rakshasi punar vyaharati. So she is in the middle of the stage and she is calling again to the Rakshasa. Rakshasaha akarnya. He listens to her words. Are Rudhirapriya itayehi iti. And then he replies, Are kamam shabdayate. Who is this who is calling me? Now he looks towards the direction of the sound. Vilokya. He looks towards that and says, Katham priyame vasagandha. My beloved Vasagandha. Now we know the name of the Rakshasi as Vasagandha. Vasagandhe kasmat mam. So upasritya. Now he approaches. So from the Mattavarini, he should come to the center stage to where the Rakshasi is, and then he will inquire, ask her, Vasagandhe kasman mam shabdaya say, why are you calling me? Iti saha prichati. Okay? Now she is going to give him. Tell him and that we have fresh this thing. Oh, illa inno irukku. He says the shloka, Rudhira sava pana matte rana hindana skhalat gatri shabdayase kasman mam priye purusha sahasram hatam shruyate. Why are you calling me right now? I heard that thousands of people were dead. Kasmat, so I have to go and try to collect more blood and mamsam, flesh and everything. I have too much of work right now and you are calling me in the middle of this work. So, Rudhira asava pana matte, one who is intoxicated by drinking panam, by drinking the intoxicant, which is asavana alcohol madri, but here you take it as some kind of a drink in the form of blood. So you are completely drunk over the blood that you have drunk right now. And rana hindana skhalat gatri, because of roaming around in the forest, in the battlefield. Rane hindanat, hindanam nama atanam. So tasmat skhalat gatri, one who is the velavelattu pona or angangal. So skhalat nama atra shithilita gatri sa iti. So her angam, all her arms are now totally tired because of roaming around in the owing to wandering in the battle. Okay, they are all faltering. Skalat nama, she is slipping. There is no steady walk in her body. because she has been roaming around in the battlefield. So Rana, Hindana, Skaladgatri, these two are a sambodhana to the Vasagandha, Rakshasi. Okay, so He Rudirasavapanamathe, He Rana Hindana Skaladgatri, Kas Priye, beloved, Kasmat Mam Shabdayase, why are you calling me now? Priye, or you can take that Priye as a separate sentence here. Hey Priye, Purusha Sahasram Hatam Shruyate. Shruyate chet, tatra, I got the news. It is heard that 1,000 people have died. Why are you calling me right now? Yeah? So she says, you don't need to worry, I have so much of fresh blood now for you. So we'll start from the Rakshasis next class, okay? So we finished with the third shloka. Any doubts till now?
Mahodaya, in the first, when you began the Natakam introduction, you said that those 4 shlokas are initially recited and then the act starts now. So one is Nandi Shlokam, which you taught us today. What are the other?
Adliye Nandiliye, there are 4 more shlokas. Or nimsham. Then let me I'll just show you where what those shlokas are. நிறைய இருக்கு அதனால தான் சில பேர்லாம் ஒரு ஸ்லோகம் தான் எழுதியிருப்பா. You know, in Kuvalayyanandam we had Udghatya Yoga Kalaya Hridayabja Kosham, Amari Kabari Bhara Bhramari Mukari. There was 3 shlokas there, yeah, for Kuvalayyanandam. Idla you have Nishiddhairapyebihi, and then அடுத்தது இருக்கு Kalindya of Pulineshu Keli Kupitam Utsvijya Rase Rasam. இது ஒன்று second one. And then there is this third, Drishtas Saprema Devya Kimidamiti Bhayat. So there is a Harihara Bheda. One is Vishnu, one is Shiva, and then another Shiva. Adukapra fourth illa, only 3 shlokas. Yeah, there are only 3 shlokas, and then Nandyante Sutradhara. So at the end of this Nandi, Sutradhara enters.
So the Pratama Anka part is the 4th shloka. So first 3 are before the Pratama Anka.
Yes. So from the 4th shloka only, this thing. He also does Krishna Dvaipayanam Mande. He bows to Vyasa because they are starting play which is based on Mahabharatam. So the Sutradhara gives the Mangala Shlokam in the format of praying to Vyasa.
Now, Mahodaya, can we go back to the words of the Rakshasa?
Rakshasa.
Yeah, I call this wife here. So here, Shloka, okay, Kimartam Mam Shabdaya, so why are you calling me? Then the next part, which says, Purusha Sahasram Hatam Shruyate, அது வந்து இந்த வேலை இருக்கு என்ன கூப்பிடாத அப்படின்னா.
ஆமா.
Oh.
நிறைய பேர் இங்க I learned that there are 1,000 people who are killed. So உடனே போய் immediately you have to collect the blood and எத்தனை வேலை இருக்கு.
Okay, don't call me abdina. Why are you calling me? It's a busy time. That's what he means.
Yes. That's what he says. But அவ வந்து I have brought something for you னு ரொம்ப ஆசையா வந்து கொடுக்க போறா. அதாங்க. So he'll get refreshed and go back.
Oh, okay. Rudirameva asavam iti tatra rupakam. Yes.
எடுத்துக்கலாம். இல்லையா? Rudirameva asavaha. Madhyam. So I shared this book so that you can go over the Vyakhyanam also if you have any doubts with the meanings.
But this Vyakhyanam is not by Mallinatha, right? Like
no, Mallinatha has never commented on Natakam.
Venisamharam.
No, Natakam in general.
Okay.
He has only commented on Kavyam.
Panchamaha-kavyam.
Okay.
And idu undu. Meghadutam.
Panchamaha-kavyam Meghadutam.
In commentary, like, is it like an ancient commentary?
இது வந்து அந்த யாரோ அனந்த பிரபோதினின்னு ஒரு வியாக்கியானம். Prabodhini by it's not an ancient one. Ramdev Jha. More 1940. இந்த சௌகம்பால வந்து they have this nice way of giving word by word meaning, so அது இன்னும் better.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So only